Okay, now it occurred to me today that I need to set a few things straight, make a few apologies even. While most of my beef with the Defence Force has been with the senior management, some things have come to light which show that no doubt soldiers from the SAS committed war crimes. There's that now famous piece of footage of Soldier C and his famous words, "Do you want me to drop this person?" Now, that's unequivocally, that's a war crime, that's a murder. And there's Dusty Miller, who I think is a very credible witness. The things I like about Dusty Miller is that he blames himself, and he says, "I should have done more." That has the ring of truth about it to me. And while that's not conclusive, I did a little bit of research because that patrol in Sarkum in 2012, looking for an objective nicknamed Young Apprentice, that was one of the matters which I discussed in my case. So, luckily I've got a photographic memory, and with the help of the lawyers, I had a little bit of a look at what the patrol records in that case said. Now, the patrol records in that case said that 2 suspected insurgents were shot dead at the beginning of the patrol. There is no mention of anyone being treated for wounds. Now, that is pretty conclusive. If you put down somebody as shot dead at the beginning of the patrol, but actually the patrol medic treated the guy, so he says, but I mean, who can doubt him? And then the guy turns up dead with some pretty big footprints on him. That's conclusive to me. And what irks me about both those Soldier B and Soldier C cases is that a lot of people must have known. A false patrol report was put in, so everybody on the patrol must have known that was false, that was a lie, and that person was murdered. They must have all told their best friends over a few beers at some point, and their best friends must have told their best friends. And more footage apparently exists, and my lawyers are now going to be calling for all the helmet camera footage for the questionable deaths, and all the other footage, we'll just say. And those of you in defence will know what I'm talking about. So I defended the SAS a lot because until I'd seen, evidence of war crimes, it didn't happen until I saw it. Now I've seen it, and also I've got some idea about the extent of it, and it's not great. And not everybody was involved, of course, but how many knew? Now, it would have been quite a hard thing to be a whistleblower. It would have been very hard, I imagine. But on the other hand, if you didn't speak up and you heard the sort of laughter and the mess, and we're sweeping under the rug, and we threw a throwdown weapon or a fake ICOM down. While it might have been hard for you to be a whistleblower, I'd ask you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, am I a hero? That's up to you. Those of you who always did the right thing, and I know there are plenty, I saw some fantastic things. It doesn't take away from episodes like Mark Donaldson, who put his life on the line to save an interpreter with split-second thinking. And I saw some people in 2013 that put in patrols and they didn't fire a single shot and it was in a very dangerous situation, and they could have killed probably everybody and got away with it. So there are some heroes in the SAS, and I will defend those who didn't commit war crimes. But credit where credit's due. I've been defending them for a long time, and now I have to say to those people in the army who questioned me that you were right. There was more to it. It doesn't mean what the leadership did was right, and I'll deal with that in the next piece. But credit where credit's due. I think that needs to be said. And the speech that the new Special Operations Commander made in March was very, very good, to say it's a question of moral leadership. There's footage. There's a lot more footage. And I'm afraid, if you were caught up in it, Australia can't really afford to have people looking after us who are really just a murder squad. And if you were involved in it, I'm afraid there's nothing I can do for you. And if you're offended by that, I want you to think, how offended do you think I was after putting my career on the line and my family's lives and everything to try to stop what I thought was a witch hunt of the SAS. And in actual fact, you were just slotting people for the hell of it. Shooting a prisoner, it's not like a mistake. I can understand if you're under pressure and it's a difficult operation and you can't take the chance that someone sitting on a building is not a sniper. You've got to look after your mates, you've got to look after yourself. You take the shot, I'll always defend you. But if you've got a wounded man and you kick him to death, and then you say in the patrol report, he was shot in battle, you've got no sympathy for me. The good people always will, but I'm afraid if you murdered prisoners, I'm particularly angry at you because I was going into bat for you, and that's not who I go into bat for.